Good morning, everyone. Today is Saturday, June 28th, 2025. I'm your host, Sean Ferguson. Welcome to Disability 128 podcast. Um, for today's message, this story is actually about Eden that has Ullrich Congenital Muscular Dystrophy. It's a rare disease that she has. Um, and of course, she needs several machines to keep her alive, including a breathing machine, um, because she has a disability in her lungs, so her lungs can't work by itself. It needs a machine to help out, but she has a great, beautiful story. And I would say before I go to the story, just click the like button, subscribe to my channel, click the notification. I need about 210 subscriber in order for me to, I would say, get paid by the YouTube company, or I should say, join the membership of the YouTube company, so that the algorithm can reach more and more to other people. But I'll say, man, uh, these days are flying by really, really fast, and we're about to end, or we're about to be done in June, and it's gonna be July um, next week, or I should say on Tuesday, which is crazy. It's just very crazy, and I'm gonna try my best to do the YouTube for this week. I'm gonna try to do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm gonna try to do the YouTube one of those days, but if I can't, then I can't. I won't be able to do it next Saturday because I am getting married. So I'm very excited for that. Also, at the same time, really, really nervous about it. So, I just we got to see how things are going. Hopefully, it's going pretty well. Everything is going great. It's going great. So, I'm very grateful to have a beautiful woman in my life. So, in the meantime, here's this video and tell me what you guys think.
To keep me alive. Without them, I wouldn't be able to breathe. If the machine was to break at the wrong time, my life could be at risk.
When you're talking about supporting someone's breathing, that is key.
Currently, I'm going through fertility testing to see if I can have children in the future.
It's a huge conversation, but Eden's strong. She's very strong.
People online say I'm selfish, and they say that I shouldn't have kids because of my condition. Today I'm going to host a live TikTok Q&A about it to clap back at the haters. Right, it's time to educate the trolls. Ready to comment? Yeah. Day to day, I need help with most things, physically especially. So, getting out, getting dressed, brushing my teeth. This is Freya, and she's one of my PAs. She helps me do everything I need to do physically throughout the day to live my life, basically. To get up and out of bed, it can take anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. Can get frustrated, but I think I've been doing it so long that I just get so used to it. I have Ullrich Muscular Dystrophy, and that affects all my muscles, including my breathing, so that's why I use a ventilator and also a wheelchair. Your PAs, they pretend like your family.
I know your deepest, darkest secrets.
That's true, I know yours.
I think this is the biggest trust.
Yeah.
The mascara. I mean, I have poked Eden in the eye a couple of times, but...
Trust the trust, huh? My condition is a progressive condition. But when I was a child, I was stronger, and I could never walk, but I could sort of go around on my knees. And then as I got older, I definitely got weaker. I am obsessed with shoes. I've probably got over 100 pairs, not even joking. And that's ironic, because I can't even walk. Thank you.
You alright? You got anything planned today?
Take the dogs, take the ball. Growing up in my condition, I never actually saw myself with a disability. As a child, nothing was going to stop me. If I wanted to do something, I would find a way to do it. And my parents, they never said, no, Eden, you can't do that.
So one of the important things for Eden is it's her window to the world, is her phone. So that's why we came up with this bracket. So if Eden needed to make an emergency call or whatever, you've got it all there on your phone, haven't you? But more importantly, if she wants to take a text from one of her mates, that's more important than anything. So you've got your wheelchair there, you've got your ventilator on the back of the wheelchair.
I can't breathe by myself anymore. So I use this ventilator, which has been a lifeline for me.
Next to her bed, Eden has a ventilator which she has overnight and a humidifier. This just makes the air that she's breathing nice and moist.
I have several machines that help for my breathing and in my life. I've got a SATS monitor, so that monitors my oxygen levels. And I've got a suction machine, which allows me to keep my airway clear.
This is Eden's travel suction machine that goes out wherever Eden goes, even on a walk out of the house.
I've got my touch assist, which looks quite scary.
This actually instigates a cough for Eden because Eden doesn't have the power to cough deep.
So I can get really anxious thinking about how reliant I am on machines. If the machine was to break at the wrong time, my life could be at risk.
Every piece of medical equipment Eden has, there is a backup for that. And in some cases, there's a backup for the backup. So, you know, it might seem a little bit over the top, but when you're talking about supporting someone's breathing, that is key.
I have to remind myself, I've got the backup, I've got my PAs, they know what they're doing. If I need it, they'll sort it out. I'm going to do a live on TikTok today about my fertility and looking into being a parent in the future and see what they've got to say about it. Recently I've been sort of speaking to doctors and doing some various tests about fertility and all around that because I'm 25 now and I just want to make an informed decision whether I want to decide to freeze my eggs.
We don't know if it's at all possible physically, and there are other means of having a baby. So it's a huge conversation and a huge journey. But Eden's strong. She's very strong.
Do you want your ring light?
Yes, please, I am nervous about the comments that I might get surrounding it because people are brutal on the internet, especially when it comes to parenting. I've done a few videos on the subject before and the comments weren't all great. Someone said vegetables can't be choosers, so that was quite nice. Someone else has said, if you can't look after yourself, how do you expect to care for a child? That's child neglect. Well, it wouldn't be. I'd make sure that child has got the right care in place. Someone's like, you shouldn't bring someone else like you into the world. You should never have been born, all of that. I like to believe that's through naivety because people don't understand what having a disability is, and actually you can have connections with people. It's just in a different way. Right, it's time to educate the trolls. Welcome in. Hi. Oh, stretched up. Someone's done marry me. You're alright, thanks. Do you think you'd have children? So the answer is, I don't know yet. I need to find out if my disability could be passed on to a child. Oh, Reggie comment. Reggie. Yeah. With the bad comments, there's always a good comment. I've even had someone offer to be my surrogate. It's really important to me to keep, putting videos out there ask me whatever you want and educating people in a nice way. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope people took away from that, you know, I am just like everybody else. Disability is the only minority group that anyone should become a part of at any time in their life. So saying that I can't look after a baby, well, that could happen to anyone at any point. I always say I'm lucky to be born with my disability. I've actually been asked if that wasn't you, would you take it? And I've actually said no, because that's not who I am. I am Eden with my disability, and I am who I am because of that. Oh yeah.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
I am very, very proud of Eden in all that she does. All our friends, the one thing they've always said to us is that she's an absolute inspiration, because they do view her on TikTok, I believe, or whatever, but it's the truth. She's our favourite granddaughter. She's the only one, but she's our favourite granddaughter.
I'm extremely proud of Eden. She is constantly surprising us, but just a very positive, determined young lady. I feel very, very tall when I walk out with her.
I hope that people will take away from my story that disability isn't that different. You have the same wants and needs, you just do it a different way.
Alright, what a beautiful story. Beautiful story. Yeah, I'll say her life is rough, but she's doing very well for herself. I mean, very, very well for herself. So I'm proud of her that she's not giving up and that she's, you know, continuing. Well, basically, she's, you know, continuing with her life, which I'm very proud of. So, but anyways, I'm gonna tell you what Ullrich Congenital Muscular Dystrophy means, or UCMD means. So, Ullrich Congenital Muscular Dystrophy is a severe inherited muscle disorder characterized by muscle weakness and contractures, or basically tightening of the muscles. It's a type of congenital muscular dystrophy, meaning it's present at birth or in early infancy. UCMD is caused by mutations in collagen, I think it's collagen 4 genes, leading to problem with muscle and connective tissues. The key features of UCMD are muscle weakness and wasting, which generalized muscle weakness is a hallmark with varying degrees of severity. Contractures, tightening of muscles, particularly in the proximal joints, shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. Hyperextension of distal joints, unusual flexibility or looseness in the joints of the fingers and toes. Progressive nature, symptoms worsen over time, often leading to a loss of ambulation and respiratory difficulties. As you can see from that video, she has a tube in her mouth because her lungs are kind of disabled, or I should say is very weak. It can't work or breathe on its own. It needs a machine to help with her lungs, to help her breathe and things of that nature. Um, Respiratory problems. Respiratory insufficiency is a common complication, potentially requiring ventilation support. Um, Other potential features, I think, is socialysis, which is curvature of the spine, joint stiffness, and sometimes reduced fatal movement. The diagnosis. What's diagnosis? Diagnosis is typically suspected based on clinical findings, muscle weakness, contractures, and confirmed through genetic testing or muscle biopsy. Muscle biopsy can show abnormal collagen 4 expression, and genetic tests can identify mutation in the COL6A1, COL6A2, and COL6A3 genes. What are the COL6A1 and COL6A2 and COL6A3? I'm going to provide you what it means. So it means genes provide instructions for making parts of a protein called collagen 4, which is a component of connective tissues. Mutations in these genes can lead to a group of disorders known as collagen 4 related dystrophies, including Ullrich Congenital Muscular Dystrophy, characterized by muscle weakness, joint deformities, which is the contractors, and other related symptoms. Um, and basically so on and so forth. So, that's basically what COL6A1 and COL6A2 and 6A3 means. So what's the management of it? How do you manage it, basically? There is no cure for UCMD, but supportive care can help manage symptoms and improve quality of life. Treatment may include physical therapy to prevent and reduce contractures and maintain mobility. Respiratory support may be need to address respiratory difficulties. Or orthopedic management to address socialysis. Man, it's so hard to pronounce these words. And other joint problems. Occupational therapy to help with daily activities. And the prognosis, the severity and progression of UCMD can vary greatly. Some individuals may never walk, while others may lose the ability to walk over time. Respiratory problems are a major concern, and life expectancy can be affected. They can be affected, and so on, and so forth. So these are, I would say, these are really, really tough issues that she has to go through. I know they said there's no cure for this type of disease. However, I believe in my heart, I do believe that there might be some type of cure. Now, it's going to be a long time before it gets there, but it doesn't hurt to have trial and error and things of that nature. But what you can do is you can use what I usually call like a computer chip, or I should say AI computer chip, and like they can like install it into the brain. And I believe, and I kind of wish that, God can give me this type of like ability or a gift, you know, and I've been praying about it too, but I mean, it could possibly work, but I do believe that you can have like a computer chip installed into your brain and like reprogram the brain to make the body function move normally. So like, help the body, help her to like walk, or help her have the muscle movement for her lungs to breathe on its own. Help, you know, with a lot of different things, with her disability, and then like, and if it works, it'd be a miracle from that point. It'd be a great miracle to have something like that. However, it hasn't been created yet, but I believe it will be. We just don't know when is all, because it takes a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot of tests, a lot of trial and error, you know, a lot of everything. So, but I do believe it will happen, later on in life. Just not at this moment, but you know, it can happen. Uh, but in the meantime, it's a great story. I love hearing, I love hearing people with different types of disabilities. Uh, I love hearing their stories and hearing what they are going through. So, in the meantime, I just want to say thank you for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one, hopefully sometime this week. So take care, give care, and I will see you later.